Hi, I'm Ashley and this is Samantha, and we posted a picture on Facebook on Pentecostal hairstyles, and everyone was asking us how to do it, so we're going to show you. This is our first video, so bear with us if it's not perfect. We also have a child in the other room, so you never know what will happen. So the first thing that you do is I just took a piece out of the front. You'll turn this way. And it's literally just like if you're doing a regular poof in the front, and just kind of get it out of the way. And then put the rest of it in a ponytail. Now Samantha has naturally curly hair, so you just want to make sure that all of her flyaways are down, since it's kind of a slick hairstyle. And once you do that, then you can do the bun first. Now this hairstyle is literally nothing but knots. So the back bun will be the first knot that we do. And what you do is you pull it out and just use your 4 fingers and come up around the side and twist it and bring your hand through. And sometimes you might have to do it a couple times. Just twist it around, and however it ends up looking. The great thing about a knot is that it'll look a different way sometimes every time you do it, or depending on how you place it. Like if you place it like this, it'll look one way. If you take it down and twist it and then pull it around, it'll look another way. Now what I'm going to do is just twist it once, pull it through, and then press it up. Okay? And after I do that, I'm going to put a pin up here in the main portion of it and just push it in and turn it sideways. Okay, and just when you pin the top portion of it, it usually holds it pretty well. But you can go ahead, if you feel more secure, and go ahead and pin the bottom. Okay, and then on my hair, I end up doing, my hair is a little bit longer than hers, so I end up doing 3 knots, and I'll do 1 here and 1 here. But with hers, I've figured out that if I just do 1 knot and leave it really loose, that it'll turn out a lot better. So each time that you do it, I didn't do it before, but each time that you do a knot, you spray it, spray the ponytail first, and that'll make it a lot easier to handle. And it'll help all the flyaways go. Okay, look down for me. And when you do your knot, you just kind of figure out where you want it. Now pull the knot through, and you can either flip it up and just kind of shape it how you want it and add it into it however you want to do on that one. Or what I like to do is turn it, make your knot, and then hold the bigger portion of your knot and use your 2 middle fingers, wrap it around, and then kind of tuck it in, and then you can pull it, just put it on the less volumized part of it, I guess you could say. And then you just pin it into the bun. And I usually use big bobby pins on the back part. And if any portion of it, like it's really loose right here, if any portion of it is loose, I say after about 4, if you have to put 5 bobby pins in it, your best bet is to just go ahead and take it down and do it over, which I'm working on, I think, my 4th. Like that. And it's still a little loose, but if we were wearing it out, I'd take it down and start it over, but since it's just for this, then that'll look fine. Spray it again, and I'll go ahead and kind of submerge it into this portion over here. There we go. That's our turn, and you can see, and all it is just knots. Okay, and then what we're going to do is work on the front part of it. And the front part, what I've learned recently, a lot of people don't like to tease their hair, and Samantha has pretty thick hair, so it's okay usually to just spray it and poof it and you're good to go. But some people don't have very thick hair, so if you will turn it the opposite way that you're wanting it to go, almost like you're going to do it on the other side, then pull it the opposite direction, spray it, straighten it out, and then fan it or blow dry it, just get it dry. And instead of having to tease, and sometimes if you have really thin hair and you want to do it, you can separate it into different pieces and spray it and do the same thing, and it'll work out even better. Okay, now that that's dry, what I'm going to do is flip it to the other side so that you have your poof in the front. Okay. And now what I do is give it just a small twist in the back and then give it a good push up. And you can make it as big as you want it. Some people like a big poof like that. Some people like a little poof, you know, just a little. And I like a happy medium. So I'll give it a little twist and just barely press. And then just hold your fingers right here. You know, you just kind of make it blend in or whatnot. And use small bobby pins and crisscross them. So we'll put one there. And then put one here. And her hair is pretty heavy, so if you have really thick hair, and this is the main portion that you don't want to fall, so if you have thick hair, then it's all going to be covered up, so you can go ahead and put another one right there and it'll make it better. So you can give it a little tug if you like. Okay, and then spray. Now a lot of times this other side over here will get flat, so if you just want to kind of give it a little tug on this other side to make it even, it'll help it. And she's going to have breathing problems when I get done. Okay. And now this part, a lot of people would separate it and then do a little twirl or whatnot, but we're just going to, her hair's pretty thick and pretty long, so we're just going to use one. And I'll show you a couple different ways that you can do it. Always spray, because this is a portion where you're going to be twisting lots of knots. So don't spray all the way down yet, because you want to be able to work with it after you twist the first knot. Okay. So we sprayed, and we're going to do the same thing that we did before with the back of it. Just pull your four fingers and kind of twist it around, hold it at the main portion, and pull your knot through. And what I like to do is either twist it around. I'm being beckoned. I like to just twist it around and lay it on top, and that makes it to where this hair is, you know, covering up the bobby pins. And then just pin it the best you can inside the knot. And what I'll do is grab the inner portion and kind of pull it around. That way, majority of the time the knot, it covers up completely on the bobby pins. Okay, and then we do the next one. And usually once the first one is done, that's going to be your biggest knot. Once the first one is done, then you're pretty much good to go. You can, depending on the length of your hair, you can do 3, 4, or 5 more. And what I do sometimes is I'll twist it around, and if you have a piece, a flower or something going in your hair, then you can just pull this thing around and put one here, and then one right here, and then you'll have your big flower right here. But what we did recently was we just pulled it around like so, and twist it up. And if your knot's too big, then you can always pull it and make it smaller. Or if it's too small, you can pull it and make it bigger. And it's all in practice. And just put it in the middle and press it down. And that one held that one pretty good. And then we're going to just do one more right here. Twist it around and pull it through, and then just give it a little twist underneath on your finger, depending on how much you have left. Will depend on the last one. Which Samantha only has a little bit left, so she would be sometimes more apt to doing 2 big ones or something like that, and then putting a flower right here would make it easier. And when all of this is tighter, or if the bun needs to be, the knots need to go a different way, you can always change it around a little bit. So just give it a good spray, because you don't want your knots to be crazy. Give it a good spray. And if you have longer hair, which Samantha has really long hair, so you can pretty much do whatever you want to with it. But if your hair is any longer than it is, then you can put them like in all over the side of the head. And sometimes you can split your poof and do one and then another and have more knots, but it's all knots no matter what you do. And also, if you do one poof and you want to do several more knots than the 2 or the 3, then take the first one that's underneath here and split it in half and get them to hold it, and then tighten a knot and tighten a knot, and then do the next one. Just make sure that your bobby pins are covered up no matter what. And that's how you do it. Thanks.